this video, I'm going to explain you how I did my lab experiment number 4 web technology, where I need to create a website using CSS3, and in this I need to create a web page using the proper HTML and CSS3. First thing, I need to set a fixed background image for the whole web page, and I need to create a navigation bar. I had to make a fixed rollover effect by keeping the following settings like font family, font weight, text color, and I need to keep the banner image where I need to add a banner image. A navigation bar should be placed over it, and I need to display 3 divisions over the image and position them according to the offset properties. And next, I have to create the 3 sections. In the first section, I need to create a background image in that 3 divisions. And the second section, I need to create my family members, where I need to divide it into 3 columns. That each column should take up an equal amount of space and should have a rounded corner image with a HOR effect. And in the second section, I have to keep my favorite, which is in a table format, which has the columns, and I need to keep the corresponding images for the next column. And I need to initially set the height all the images and HR of the item, make the image visible for changing opacity into 1. For this, I use the coding this, where I made title as Jessica exercise number 4, and I gave a link, external style sheet CSS, where link I gave the href CSS file, and in my body I gave a background image as which I saved in the site root, and I gave the 4 links for HR effect, where I used the unordered list. For list, I gave 4 links where I applied HR effect in the CSS. In the CSS, you can see for this I used the HR. I aligned them in a inline box, like gave width, height, aligned it in the center, and I gave the color of it. And when HR effect is applied, the background color is changed to this particular color. And in the next div, I created 3 div boxes, where in one you will be having the profile, and in the second div box you will be having the HTML and CSS link, and third one is a web development. And I gave the name as profile, body 2, and class 3. Class is equal to 3 as a names. And for this, I used the CSS properties. Like for profile, I gave the properties like margin top, width, height, and opacity. I gave 0.6. Opacity is a property of CSS which used to find the transparency of the file. And I gave background color. I gave position is equal to absolute for the first div section, and for the paragraph, for the things which I wrote, like for profile of Ms. Jessica Crystal and HTML web technology. For this, I just gave the properties like color, font size, text shadow, and text alignment. For the second division of the, I gave this a body 2 name. For this, I have a CSS property, like I gave the margin, height, opacity 0.6, and I gave the position is equal to relative so that it can be movable. And for the third div box, I give the name body 3. I use the CSS properties over here, where the margin left, margin height, opacity is equal to 0.6, and I give position is equal to relative. When we see this is the output of for this question. For this, I gave the HOR effect for the navigation bar. So when I place the cursor over it, you can see the change in the color. And this is the background image. And this is the first division box, second box, and the third one. For this one, I use position is equal to absolute, and for this too, I painted position as a relative. And as you see that opacity, you can see over here, which is thing. And for my second division, I had to create my family and 3 rounded corner images. For this, I use the coding. Like I created div box of my family. I just gave the opacity and the just font size and font width and text shadow effects. For the section 2, I gave name it as section 2 body of the class. In that, I divided into 3 divisions where you can find the rounded corner images. For this, and for the first block, I gave it the S1 and image. I gave the image which I saved in the site root, and in that I need the paragraphs as a caption for regarding my father, and it's my dad. And in the class 2 section, class S2, I gave an image that also I made it round corner image in the CSS properties. And in this regarding my mother, in the third division box, I gave details regarding my siblings by creating a div box. For this, I use the CSS properties, like for section 2 body, for the whole body, the width and height are given over here. And I give S1 the width, height, and displayed in the inline block. So it will be straight line. S2 I gave it as the same width, height, margin left, and displays inline box. Inline blocks. And S3 also the same thing. I give display as inline block. And the images which I have given, three images. For the three images, I gave the image. I gave the CSS code here. Like I kept the box shadow effect, and the margin left, border radius is 15%, margin top is 10 pixels, so that it comes into a round corner size. And for this, border radius is equals 15%, 50%. And this is my section 3, where I need to create a table of my favorites. I just created a simple table giving a border one, named at a gave the names as for T row, T head, and the data inserted is TD using TD item image and pizza, giving the image over there, and maintaining the width and height as 90 and 70 pixels. I made as a 3 columns for this. For this, I used the CSS property like section 3. I made the width and height and gave the opacity of 0.6. And for the table, for the whole table, I gave the margin top and margin left as 120 pixel and 400 pixel. And for the head, like for each and every row for head, I gave width, background color, font size, text align and color, and border radius. And this is for the image, which I kept in the table. Like I gave color, background color, width and height, font size, and aligned at the center, and use the border radius 5%, so it will be a slight curve in the image. It is the same over effort. And I gave the item for the item name H over image. For the all the items, I gave opacity is equal to 1. And for the TD for the all the columns, I gave the H over effort, like background color is white and opacity is equal to 60. When we run the file, you will see the output as like this, like 3 navigation bar with a background image. In the family members, where you have a round corner images regarding 3 people, and you'll have a text regarding them in the equal manner. And in the last, you'll be having the name my favorites. In my favorites, where HR is effect is applied on the pizza, chicken, and ice cream are my favorites, which I kept over here. This is the whole web page which I have created, which is similar to the given mock page given in the question.